You ever wonder what would happen if you sent a narcissist a text so powerful, so unexpected that it actually made them panic? Not just annoy them, not just frustrate them, but genuinely make them spiral, scrambling for control, trying to figure out what just happened, what just hit them? See, narcissists are predictable. They rely on patterns, they expect certain reactions from you. They are used to people being either afraid of them, desperate for their approval, or stuck in endless arguments with them. They think they know exactly how you will respond. So, what happens when you throw them something they were not expecting, something they do not know how to handle? Panic, scrambling, a breakdown in their ability to keep control over the situation. And today, I'm going to give you the one text that does exactly that. But before I do, let's talk about why it works first. I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. See, narcissists operate like magicians, don't they? Everything they do is a trick designed to keep you off balance. Whether it is love bombing, gaslighting, you know how it is, guilt tripping, or playing the victim, every move is calculated. Every move is carefully designed to control the narrative and control your emotions. That is what the game is about. But the second they feel control slipping, something shifts. The charming act disappears, the false confidence cracks. And underneath all of that, there is something narcissists do not want you to see. Fear, not even insecurities, fear. Because beyond all their bravado, all their grandstanding, narcissists are deeply afraid of being powerless. That is their biggest nightmare. They can't handle it and they can't even imagine it. This text, it makes them feel powerless in a way they have never experienced before. So, what is the text? What makes them panic? What is the message that will throw them off their game completely? I figured it out. That's it. 3 words. That is all it takes. Now, I know you may be thinking, that's it? That's the text? Yes, I'll tell you exactly why it works. When you send a narcissist, I figured it out, their mind goes into overdrive. Figured what out? What do you know? What have you seen? Did someone tell you something? Are you talking to someone else about them? Are you leaving? Are you about to expose them? What's going on? You haven't said anything specific, but in their mind, this text means you know something they do not want you to know. And that is pure panic fuel. Now, how does a narcissist react to this text? The moment they read, I figured it out, you have just set off an emotional bomb inside their head. And what happens next depends on the type of narcissist you're dealing with. Some will immediately flood you with messages because they're reactive. They'll demand to know what you mean. They will act casual at first. Ha ha, what are you even talking about? But don't be fooled. Their heart is racing, I'm telling you. If that does not work, they may start frantically calling you. If you don't answer, the panic intensifies. You have just broken the unspoken rule that they control the timing of conversations. They are used to being the one who decides when things begin and when they end. The fact that they are now waiting for your response, my goodness, that's unbearable for them. Others will go into damage control mode. They will start explaining things before you even accuse them of anything. They will try to get ahead of whatever they think you're talking about. They'll say things like, look, if someone has been talking about me, I can explain, or I just want to clear the air in case there is any misunderstanding. But the funniest reaction, the ones who immediately confess, yes, some of them are really stupid because they are so paranoid that they actually reveal things in a twisted way, though. They'll say, oh, okay, I know I haven't been perfect, but you have to understand why I did what I did. Wait, what did you do? You did not even accuse them of anything. But in their panic, they just outed themselves. And if you don't reply, if you leave them stewing, that is when the real meltdown begins. This is the reason why I keep saying silence. Most of the time, You do not have to do anything at all. See, this text works because it does something narcissists cannot handle. It leaves a gap they cannot fill. Narcissists need to control the narrative. They need to know what you are thinking so they can shape the situation to their advantage. But I figured it out does not give them anything to work with. It is vague, it is open ended, it can mean 1,000 things, and it forces them to reveal more than they intended. It also forces them to confront their biggest fear, that you are seeing through them. Narcissists believe they're smarter than you. I have said it 1,000 times. They believe they are getting away with things right under your nose. You're a fool. They believe you do not see their lies, their manipulation, their intentions. So when you send them this text, what you are really saying is, I see you now. And that shakes them to their core. Now, what happens if they try to flip it on you? A lot of narcissists, once they realize they are losing control, will try to flip the situation. They may say, you are being so dramatic, or, oh, here we go again. Or even, I don't know what you think you figured out, but you are wrong. Here is the thing though. If they weren't panicking, why are they reacting at all? A non-narcissistic person would probably just say, what do you mean? In a normal tone and move on. But a narcissist will try to gaslight you into questioning yourself. And that is when you know it worked like a charm. If they try to accuse you of being paranoid, if they suddenly get defensive, if they start over-explaining, then congratulations, my dear survivor, you have just exposed their insecurity. And if you really want to twist the knife, just reply with, you know exactly what I mean. And at this point, their anxiety will be through the roof, because now they have to scramble to figure out how much you actually know. And in their desperation to get control back, they will start probably revealing way more than even expected. But here is a word of caution. You cannot use this text all the time. So how do you know when to use it? This cannot be taken lightly. It cannot be sent as a casual message for fun. This has to be a strategic move for when you want to see their real face. If you are planning to leave a narcissist, this text will show you exactly who they are in real time, destroying your cognitive dissonance. If you suspect they have been lying to you, this term will push them into exposing themselves. If you want to see if they are still trying to manipulate you, this text will make them panic and drop the mask. But if you are in a dangerous situation, if this person is physically abusive, unstable, or highly vindictive, then don't use this. It can backfire. A lot of narcissists, when they feel completely exposed, can become unpredictable. What I'm trying to say is, if you do not have the upper hand in the situation, don't use this text. If you have any reason to believe they could become dangerous, your safety comes first. See, in conclusion, I would say narcissists are experts at manipulation, deception, and control, but they're also deeply afraid of being exposed. And the moment they think you have seen enough, and through them, the entire dynamic shifts. That's why these 3 little words, I figured it out, hit them harder than any insult, any argument, or any confrontation ever could. Because this text does not just tell them off, it tells them something much scarier. You are onto them. And that will make them panic like nothing else, as I already explained. So if you ever need to see the real narcissist break the trauma bond, send the text and then sit back and watch the fall. The condition is, you do not have to play their game their way. You just have to trigger it and see what happens next, but not for your sadistic pleasure. It is for your clarity. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. I hope you liked this one. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Will it work? If yes, how? If not, why not? And I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.